Okay. All right. Let's get started. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to LisaBug Mind Body Blend, Pilates, and Pump. So, what I've got for you today, we're going to do a little bit of warm up that involves some bar. And I'm going to give you the option to use a light hand weight with the warm up if you would like to use it. So, I'm thinking somewhere on the range of a 2 or a 3, but you don't have to use weight. We're just going to be doing some movement of the shoulder to get it warmed up and started and ready for the other strength training. Then we're going to move into some plank work that I've got a lot of different levels designed for you that you can pick and choose what you want to do during the plank work. We'll be down on the floor, or you can use your chair as well. Then we're going to get into the heavy lifting. So hopefully you've got some weights that are a little bit on the heavier side. We're really going to focus a lot on the upper back and core and glutes and hamstrings. I hope that sounds good to you. We'll finish with a good stretch. So I'm going to get a little music rolling here. I do have a chair here for balance, and you're going to need that in the warm up. So I'm going to set my chair off to the right side. And your option is to pick up a light hand weight in the left hand. So this will be opposite. Turn your toes out. First position. Standing nice and tall, we're just going to releve up on the balls of the feet and down. Up and down. Now, just a little disclaimer. You're working at your own pace, so you don't have to follow the pace that I'm going. The speed is all up to you, and with or without weights. Let's do just 4 more releves. 4. Releve means to rise. 1 more. Now the arm goes forward and down and out to the side and down. Just a little quicker. Forward, out. And with or without weights, not too high. Now relax the arm. Do the same thing with the same leg. Forward, side. Warming up the hip. Now, if you choose, let's put them both together. Forward, side. Think about your posture really tall. Now, as you can imagine, I have one more option for you. Releve, up, side. So we're coming up on the ball of the foot just a little bit. Forward, side. 5 more. Ooh, I feel that calf working on the right leg. 3. 2 more. Last one. And relax. Now your left leg, knee comes up, straighten the leg, bend and close. And a little bit of turnout with your thigh. This is called the développé. Let's just do 1 more. Now the same thing with your arm. You guys, a bicep curl, push, come back down. Curl, push. Whenever you're ready, put them both together. So we go bend, straighten, bend, and down. Now what happens if you let go? Maybe, maybe not. That chair's there for you, but maybe try to balance on your own. 4 more. 3. Abs in, shoulders back. Good posture. 1 more. And let's take a break and rest. Okay, I'm going to shift my chair over here so I can still face forward as we move to the other side. Optional weight in the right hand. Toes turned out. Just our releve, both legs. We come up and down. Good. Squeezing the inner thighs, wrapping the back of the inner thighs towards each other. 5 more. Really lengthen up through the crown of your head. 2 more. All right. Arm goes forward and out to the side. It can have some bend. Let's pick up the pace. Forward, side, forward. Now just go the range of motion that works okay for your shoulder. And with a bent elbow, it looks a little bit like this. Let's just do 1 more. Switch to the leg, forward, side. And I'm pointing my toe as I lift the leg, and then as I'm closing, I'm flexing the ankle. Are you ready to put them together? Here we go. Forward, side. When you go side, make sure you don't bend over. So stay lifted. It doesn't have to be a big leg lift. Shoulders are starting to feel some work. But again, you can do this with no weight, just in warm-up phase. Let's get 1 more. Then add the releve. Up. Ooh, that's a balance challenge. 6 more if you can get them. It's amazing. I'm better at this on my surgical leg side. Who knew? Nice. 2 more. 1 more. And relax. Okay, so let's go into that right leg développé. Knee bends, extends, and come back in. And you don't have to have a high leg lift. It can be low in here. 2 more. 1 more. Same thing with the right arm. It goes a bicep curl, a push forward, and down. So just practice it, making any changes you need to or modifications. Let's put it together. Développé with the bicep curl, extend, and down. Now I didn't do this on the other side, but you could certainly releve on this as well. I'm going to stay grounded. So just 4 more with this exercise. 4, 3. Scoop those abs. Last one. And relax. Okay, let's set the weight down, but keep it close to your mat. Moving the chair totally out of the way. And we're going to go right into plank work. So the reason I'm doing it early in class today is our shoulders are pretty in good shape. They're not exhausted, so we can come down and do some plank work. So I'm going to give you some levels for this plank. It's a side plank on the right side. So let's come on down, placing the right knee down, the left leg back, right hand on the mat. So let's just see if we can hold this. If we need to make changes, we can come down to the elbow. That's fine as well. Without weight, let's just bring this arm up and we'll rotate, reach under the armpit and back up. Now, of course, there's other options. We can do this side plank. We can stack the feet or stagger them and do it from a full side plank. If any of you want to give that a go. This is harder, but it actually feels better for me because my surgical knee is the one that's on the mat. That's not that comfortable yet. Let's just do 2 more. And 1 more. All right, so I'm going to put the knee back down. Let's go to all 4s. And then we'll swap over to the other side by sending that opposite leg back, coming into your side plank. Do you need to make any changes here? Maybe the elbow goes down to the floor if you have wrist problems. And then let's reach under the arm and rotate down and back up. Now the rotation is just an extra level. You don't have to do that. If you want, you can try that full plank. That's a lot of pressure on the shoulder though, so make sure that feels okay for you if you're giving it a try. Let's get 3 more on this side. And 2. One more time. I'll put that knee down, come back to all fours. Let's swap sides again. So send the other leg back. Come into your side plank. Now this arm doesn't need to be up, but it's just kind of helpful to get our shoulders stacked. Our option here is to lift and lower this top leg. Lift, lift. So we're working this outer thigh medial glute. Now, if coming down on the floor isn't great for you here, I'm just going to quickly show you the standing option with the chair. So this is fine too. Give me 4 more leg lifts. Nice job, and relax. Let's switch to the other side. I like that version with the chair as well. All right, in our side plank, from the elbow, the wrist, or the chair, maybe the arm is reaching, lift this top leg up. 10, 9. I actually think we did more than 10 on the other side. Let's do 15. About 7 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Back to all fours. And we'll switch for one more set on the other side in your side plank. Now this is the one you're going to use your weight. With the rotator cuff, elbow tucked in and bent about 90 degrees, rotate the arm up and down. Maybe you're saying, Lisa, this plank isn't working for me for this. Then you can come all the way down and you can just stack your hips and your body and do this on the floor. So your choice here. If you're up in that plank and you want to add a leg lift, hold it as we do our rotator cuff. There's something for everyone. Well, let's get about 3 more of these rotator cuff movements called the sits muscles. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres major, and subscapularis. Or is it teres minor? 1 more. I'm going to have to check my anatomy book. Okay, let's relax. We only have 1 more plank to the other side. You know your options here. We'll try just the rotator cuff. See if that's the action you want to do. You can come down onto your hip. You can even add the leg raise right from here. That's great as well. Let's get just a few more. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus. I'm going to say it's the teres minor. Subscapularis. 3 more. 2. And 1. All right, come back to all fours. Take your time to come up to a standing position. The best way that works for you. I'm going to clear my padding out of the way. It's time to move into the big muscle groups now. So I have 3s, 5s, and 10s. I'm going to go all the way up to 10s for these. So I want you to pick something that's challenging on your end as we start to focus on the glutes with some what we call RDLs, Romanian deadlifts. We've done them before. We have the weights right in front of our body. We're going to soften our knees a little bit. And as we come forward with a nice straight back, we'll come right about to the tops of the knees and pull up, down, and pull up. So what I don't want you to do is round your back and come down like this and pull up. So keep your back neutral. You're sticking your butt back a little bit. Going at a pace that feels good for you. Let's inhale down, exhale up. And down and up. Keep it going. Make sure you've got that little bend in your knees now. We have 4 more. Down and up. 3, 2. Next exercise is the upright row. So the weight comes straight up your body and back down. Notice my elbows are higher than my wrists, but lower than my shoulders. Shoulder blades stay down. You're almost touching the front of your body with the weight, so they're not coming away from you at all. Let's just get 2 more of these. Then we're going to put them back to back. So we've got 1 RDL, Romanian deadlift, to the knees, and an upright row. Pull up and down. RDL, upright row. Good. So we've got a nice combination of lower body and core, then our upper body here. Down and up. 2 more of each. Hinge right from the hips. Elbows lead the way. 1 more, hinge. Elbows lead the way. Dead row. So turn your weights this way so they're parallel to each other. We come down to the knees, pull back, and stand up. Knees, pull, and up. Your elbows come slightly back behind you as you pull. Shoulder blades down. Knees are bending as you hinge, just like that deadlift. Now give me a triple row, so we hold down, pull 3 times. 2, 1, stand up. Again, hinge, pull 3, 2, 1. 2 more. If your weights are getting too heavy, do a drop set, go down to a lower workload. Okay, give me 1 RDL, Romanian deadlift. Down and a dead row. Knees, pull. Romanian deadlift. Dead row. RDL. Dead row. 1 more. Changing it up. 1 deadlift. 1 upright row. Triple dead row. 3, 2, 1. Deadlift only, down to the knees. Upright row. Triple dead row. Knees pull 3. We're working our brain today as well. Deadlift, RDL. Upright row. Triple dead row. Knees. Good job, guys. Deadlift only to the knees, down and up. Upright row. Triple dead row. Can we do 2 more rounds of this combination? Yes. Deadlift, knees, upright row, triple dead row. Pull back 3 times. 1 more set. Deadlift to the knees, down and up. Upright row, up and down. Triple dead row. Down, pull 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Now, if your weights are super heavy, they might be too heavy to do some squats. So if you feel like you need to set one down, which I'm going to do, I'm going to set one of my 10s down. We can hold a single weight end to end like this, right at our chest. We sometimes call this the goblet position. So feet are just outside the width of the hips. Let's sink down into your squat. Down and up. These can be done with no weight as well. Sitting the hips back and rising. Down and up. Good job. So I'm going to give you some options to start to very easily press above the head. We're just going to bring the weight to our eyelashes. Down. Eyelashes right under the chin. If that feels okay, take it to the forehead. Down to the forehead. Then from there, you can go any amount higher than that. Let your shoulders be your guide. Maybe you're straightening the arms all the way up. Good. Down, 2, up, 2. Maybe you're not doing anything with the shoulders. This is okay. We have 4 more. 3. It is functional to bring our arms up. So maybe without weight, you're just working on range of motion. Now the squat, take it down and pulse, pulse, pulse. We're staying low into the legs, tiny movement. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Relax the weight for a moment. Step your feet nice and wide. Turn your toes out. Come down and up. Down. So this is our wider squat. Those knees are tracking right toward the middle of the feet. Good. Now, instead of pushing above the head, we're going to press the weight slightly away from us. So we go down, push it forward. It's up to you how far you go out from your body. The farther you go and straighten your arms, the harder this is for your shoulders. Good. Let's get 6 more. Squeeze your inner thighs as you stand. 4, 3. Nice work. Last 2. And 1. Now pulse the squat. Down, 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 down. Just 8 more pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Set your weight down on the floor. I'm going to give you the chance to get your heart rate up a little bit. So it's up to you how fast you go, how low you go to really spike your heart rate. So we're going to come down, reach, down, reach. Now I'm doing no weight for this because in just a short few seconds, I want you to go as fast as you can in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, ready, and go. Go, go, go. Now, if that's bothering your arms, maybe reach across, maybe reach down, but get the power from your legs. Powerful movement. Maybe a jab. Down and up, down and up. I want to see your head bobbing down and up. Use your legs. Let's spike that heart rate just a little bit. 30 seconds, guys. Good job. Heart rate's coming up. Breathe in a little heavier. Almost there. 15 seconds. Woo. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo. All right, time for a drink. We haven't gotten the heart rate up much in our classes because we haven't been doing that Friday cardio class. So that feels good just to spike that heart rate a little bit. All right, guys. Moderate weight, medium size. Medium size. Now remember in the warm-up, we did arms forward and we did arms side. If this bothers your shoulders, you'll do a bicep curl and a bent arm shoulder raise, or a bicep curl and an upright row. Otherwise, full shoulder arm raise, front and side. Take your feet about hips distance apart. When the arms come forward, you'll squat down. When the arms go side, lift up the right leg. Then you'll switch, squat and lift. So we've got balance incorporated. Yay! We always like to add our balance. If you're struggling, tap your big toe to the side so you keep it down on the ground a little bit. If the weights are too heavy, lower them or take them out completely. Nice job. One more on each side. Take a short break. Now, if your goal today is to work strength training, you're going to do one more set. If your goal today is maybe to get the heart rate up again, put your weights down and you are going to do this fast cardio style. For instance, squat, up, or even squat, lift up on your toe. So I want you to pick weights, no weights, slow or fast. You've got 60 seconds. Get ready. In 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Good job. I'm picking this one today because I haven't been working much on agility of my surgical knee, and I'm having a pretty good day. So I want to take advantage of that and do some faster movements. We're almost at that 30-second mark. Good job. Now, if the weights are getting heavy, you want to finish it out with no weights and speed it up. That's great. A little bit of both worlds. 15 seconds, guys. Good job. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, rest, let that heart rate come down, maybe grab a drink. Good job, everybody. Okay, I want you to let your heart rate come down because we're going back down to the mat. We've got some glutes again with bridging. We've got chest with presses. We have some tricep work and abs. So I'll take your time to come down. If your heart rate's really still up, don't come down on your back right away. We want it to slow down a little bit so we don't get into trouble there with our blood pooling in our extremities. So let it relax a little. You want to have moderate to heavy weight close by as we come on down to our backs. Now, if you have lower back problems, having your chair close by to put your feet up on, that's rad. That really rocks to be able to do that. So if that's you, have that available. Let's come all the way down onto our back and just get comfortable for a second. Now, if you want some weight right across your hips for our bridges, you can grab your weights and set them right here. It's just going to give you some extra workload to lift up, but you don't have to as well. So feet about hips distance apart. Let's come up into our bridge and hold. Just stay here. Try to find a pretty neutral spine. So we have that nice long line across our hip flexors. We're squeezing our glutes. Now our next level for the bridge, we can hold it, or we can do a little march while we're in our bridge. So one foot picks up, the other foot picks up. Marching and marching. It doesn't have to be very high. If you really want to challenge yourself, pick your hands up off the mat. Because when our hands are down, this helps to brace our body. We might need that today though, so that's okay. It's not cheating. It's just helping you to be successful with your marching bridge. If your hips are dropping a little, that's okay. Just keep them at any height that feels okay for you. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just hold your bridge and roll down. Hug your knees right into your chest. Okay, from here we have bicycles. So you can have your feet on the floor, you can have your feet up on your chair, or you can have your knees in tabletop. Open up your elbows and we'll come over to one side and then the other. You can use your legs with this bicycle. If your feet are on the floor, just pick up the knee that you're going toward and then the other side. Any pace that works for you. Resist the urge to pull on your neck. Let your head freely move from side to side. When our head turns, it helps us not to have as much strain in our neck when we have our head up off the floor. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees right into your chest. All right, one moderate weight. I'm going to grab a 5. I want you to hold that weight right up above the chest. Level 1, we're going to extend the right leg forward. Bring it in. Left leg forward. Level 2, as the right leg goes forward, the weights go slightly above the head. And then same thing on the left side. Level 3, the knees are up in tabletop. We're just going to do the arms. Level 4, just the legs. And level 5, arms and legs. Extend. Mix and match any level that works for you. Keep your low back on the mat or as close to the mat as you can get it. I guess I have a level 6. I have a feeling somebody's probably doing it already. Both legs, both arms. Yes, I knew you were. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Relax, feet come down. Okay, 2 moderate weights. I'm going to slide away from the wall a little bit. We have a chest fly. So the weights are up, palms are facing in. I want you to open your arms like a book opening. Out and together. I got to move this weight out of my way here. Out and in. Out, in. So level 1, we're just worrying about those arms. Feet are on the floor or on your chair. Now with level 2, I want you to do one arm at a time. So what happens when you do this is your core works a lot harder, right? Because it's taking you off center. Now on level 3, when the right arm goes out, the left knee will lift up. When the left arm goes out, the right knee will lift up. So it's out and in. Switch. So I still have one foot on the floor at all times with this. If we want to make this more challenging, both feet are off the floor. Just do one arm at a time. Or the last level, when the right arm goes out, the left leg goes long. And switch. Now make sure your weights are about chest level. They're not coming up toward your face as you open it out. So we don't want to be up here. We want to be out to the side. Let's just get 2 more. And last one. And then relax feet, relax arms for a moment. Okay, I want you to get your feet back into that potential bridge position. So you can come up into a bridge. We won't be there quite yet. Take the arms up again, palms facing in. Keep your elbows in place and just bend your elbows so the weights come right next to your ears. And then straighten back up. Down and up. So we can keep our hips on the floor. Or as we straighten the arms, lift your hips up into bridge. Down, up. So if you're adding the bridge, we'll do a few more, then I want to reverse the direction of the bridge. So in other words, when the arms are straightening, instead of your hips lifting, they'll be lowering. So let's just do 2 more like this. And then hold this one at the top. Now all you're going to do is take your hips and set them down. Now as your elbows bend, the hips will lift. And then lower. So now we essentially reversed what we were doing. It's good for the brain and the body. 5 more. Last 4. Good tricep work. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the arms down, release the weights off to the side. Let's take the right knee up toward the chest. Hug it in. Extend your left leg long if that feels okay for your back. And we are going to pull this right knee across the body into a twist. So I have my arm out so that I can actually stretch my right chest muscle, a little bit of the bicep and shoulder after that chest work we did. If that feels okay for your body. We're wringing out the abdominals and stretching the lower back and the right hip. And you can also look toward your outstretched hand. Right, let's come back in the center and then switch sides. So your left knee will come up to your chest. The right leg will slide down if that feels comfortable. That gives you a nice hip flexor release here. Pull the knee across your body over to the right side, twist, and open your left arm out to stretch that chest. And then just take some nice, generous breaths here, relaxing. One more breath. And come back to the center line. Okay, we are going to work our back with upward rotation. So roll over onto either all fours or all the way down to your belly. So both are good options, and I want to show you both. Sometimes it's hard to do a back raise on your tummy. So if you know that's you, then you're going to come to all fours. So I'm going to give you this option first. So from hands and knees, take your right hand, place it next to your right ear, and point your elbow out. We're just going to rotate this elbow up toward the ceiling and back down. Rotate up. If you like to try this from your tummy, then you'll be down all the way, both of your elbows out to the side, and you're just going to lift the right elbow up and turn. So pick the one that you like. Let's do about 6 more. These are pretty slow, so you can really work the back extensors, erector spinae, and the posterior oblique muscles. 3 more. And 2. Last one. Take a break. Now you might need to do a little bit of a back stretch before we do the other side. So perhaps a child's pose or a cat stretch. And let's do the other side. Oh, this is the first time I put pressure on my knee just on my sticky mat. I'm not going to be able to do it. It's amazing. Just a little padding enables me to handle it, not just the mat. Okay, left hand next to the ear. Point your left elbow out. Let's rotate up and down. So it's kind of like a thread the needle, but I'm not lifting my arm up and going through, because sometimes that's more about the shoulder. I want this about strength of your spine. If you like to come down on the belly, let's get a few more. Oh, you know what I'm noticing? On my belly, I can't go as far to the left. Interesting. 4 more. And 3. 2. And 1. Okay, take a break, maybe a child's pose or a cat stretch. So we are going to stretch our hamstrings here. A good place to do this is from our knees. If you need to come up and sit in your chair, or put your foot on your chair, or roll onto your back and stretch your hamstring, I'm going to leave the style up to you. If you're on your knees with me, we're going to take the right leg forward and hold a stretch here. So sitting in your chair, you would just extend your right leg out and then fold your body over that leg. If you're standing up, you can put your foot on top of your chair and fold over it, or laying on your back. Just lift that right leg up. You can use your yoga strap. So let's just find a gentle stretch. We don't have to go really deep here. Just nice and easy. And just notice what you're feeling. Can you keep your back pretty neutral? And the breath moving slow, in and out through the nose, or in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's just take 2 more breaths on this side. And then just relax, take your time to switch, whatever position that you're in. Now I have my foot flexed. That gives me more of an intense stretch. You can also point your foot. You'll have a little less through your calf there. Or maybe flex and point. If you can't reach the floor, I love to use one of my dumbbells to support here, or your chair. Okay, what do we feel on this side? Tighter? More comfortable? Usually it's not exactly the same from right to left. So we can find some fairly big discrepancies here in our flexibility. Slow breaths. Two or three more breaths, depending on the length. All right, let's relax here. Take your time to come all the way up to a standing position. So we're kind of all in different spaces. So take your time. All right. How are we feeling? Find a good posture. Turn your toes back out. This is first position. Now, if we take our right heel and we slide it up to the big toe of the left foot, but they're still turned out, this is called fifth position. So we're going to be in fifth position. This is kind of hard to balance. So maybe you're holding on to something. The leg that's in the back, that same arm will lift, and we are going to side stretch. So this is going to get a little bit down the side body, the lat muscle, into the outer glute, and a little muscle called the TFL, tensor fascia lata, that's attached to your IT band. Good, couple more breaths. One of my favorites. And then as you come up, if you want, you can keep your feet crossed for balance and just bring this arm across your body. Hug it in to stretch your shoulder. And then for more balance, look to the left. Bring your head back center. Take the same arm you're stretching and bring it behind your back. If this doesn't feel comfortable, just put it on your hip. If you can grab your wrist, pull your arm across and look right. A little bit of a neck stretch and release. Look forward. Unwind the arm. Come back to first position. Heels together. Now the left heel is going to slide up to the right big toe. Fifth position. Squeeze your legs tight. The back leg, the arm will lift. Side stretch. That's going to get us into the QL, the quadratus lumborum in the low back. Make sure it feels comfortable. If it bothers your shoulder, your arm doesn't need to be up. You can just do it here. One more breath. Really push out into that hip. Come up. If you're okay to stay in fifth position, you can as you bring this arm across. If you're starting to lose your balance, go back to first. Or if you know second, this is second. You can step into second. These are our ballet terms. Look right. Pilates terms. Bring the head back to the front. Take the arm that's stretching. It either comes to the hip or behind the back. We can grab the wrist, gently pull it over. Look left. And our head comes back to the front. We unwind the arm. Back to first. And then second position with the legs as wide as you'd like. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale and fold into a forward bend. So you're just going to come down, get one more stretch for the backs of the legs. Oh, feels great. And then you can either roll up or keep your back flat and do a reverse swan dive to come back up. Let's do that one more time. Diving down, giving yourself a nice stretch. Let your head relax here. And then reverse or roll up. And bring your thumbs right to the center of your heart as we celebrate our hard work today, the dedication to the health of our spirit, mind, and body. Thank you so much for joining me today for Mind Body Blend, Pilates and Pump. If you can stay live, I'd love to chit chat. If not, send me a little note and let me know how you did with class today. And then hopefully I'll see you on Thursday for yoga. All right. We beat Jitsi shutting us off the video, so I'll take care of that right now. Oh, good. I see you're on there, Joyce. I'm glad you were able to join.